second day of Chinese President Hu Jintao's visit to Hong Kong, and his trip is stirring protests as well as controversy. A reporter was detained by police for shouting a question at Hu. The Apple Daily's Rex Hahn asked Hu if he was aware of Hong Kong's residents' concerns about the 1989 military crackdown on protesters in Tiananmen Square. And Hu was touring a new cruise ship terminal at the time that happened. A scuffle then broke out when other reporters asked police about that arrest.
Several policemen or security guards surrounded me. They wouldn't let me go. They took me from the press zone and trapped me in this corridor. I hope to ask him questions that Hong Kong people really want to ask.
All right, some pro-democracy protesters have called for a street rally. In fact, on Saturday, Al Jazeera's Rob McBride is joining us now live from Hong Kong. Rob, just talk us through whether there are signs of any of the protests going on right now.
Well, that's right. I mean, you can see it's actually, we're in typhoon season at the moment. We've just had a typhoon pass through here, lots of showers, but that hasn't altered the schedule of protests. One has just set off from here, several protesters marching on the centre where Hu Jintao will be attending a number of functions this evening, and determined to get as close as they can and voice their protests. This particular protest that's just left here is aimed at being in support of China's dissidents and calling for a full investigation into the death specifically of Li Wangyang, who you remember is the dissident who died in mysterious circumstances a couple of months ago. But as you've seen, very difficult to get anywhere near Mr. Hu Jintao because of the incredible police presence and the steps being taken by police to keep protesters away from the president here.
And Rob, what do these protests really tell us about the relationship between Beijing and Hong Kong?
Well, it is always a very strange relationship, at times very strained as well. Hong Kong operates on this one country, two systems principle, whereby it is very much a part of China. Our president is Mr. Hu Jintao, but it works under a system of its own. It is meant to have a high degree of autonomy and also specifically freedom of speech, freedom for people to have association, go out in the streets as we're seeing all this weekend and protest, and I think I hear another protest passing behind me, and also freedom of free press and freedom for journalists, if they like, to shout questions and not to be questioned. That's considered to be part and parcel of a free inquiring media here.
All right, Rob McBride reporting from Hong Kong. Thank you, Rob.